Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're looking at NVDA, AMD, and Tesla. We follow the daily, weekly, monthly time frames. We use technical analysis here at StockBookie.com. If you like these videos, go to my website, sign up, it's free, or click down here in the bottom right hand corner and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Guys, if you're looking for a new broker, check out CobraTrading.com. Everything's right here. Call them, tell them StockBookie sent you. If you go online, sign up. Promo code StockBookie. Been using these guys for about 8-9 years. Best in the business, especially if you're an active trader. Give these guys a call. CobraTrading.com. You won't be disappointed. All right, guys. So daily chart. NVIDIA $2 up, 0.60% green on the day, and 11 million. So the volume's drying up a little bit. Nothing crazy. Market's kind of complacent going into the 3-day holiday weekend, and closed it right above the 20, the 50, the 200 MA. Strong bullish stance. Still needs to get above this area here. Here's your next area, 172.74. Then the all-time high, which is 174.56. If it can push through there, 180, 185, 190, and then we'll take it from day by day and see how this thing grinds up. Right now, we're going to wait for pattern. Will this go sideways into this trend line and then get pushed up? I'd like to see another bullish pattern and then a possible push. This thing just clicks, comes right back in, then we'll look to see if the 20 MA gap fill and the 50 MA is good support and see if it holds it. So it's been just kind of grinding up and down here, guys. Nothing crazy. Pretty much just chopping in this let's see, 153 to 175 zone. I mean, that was right as soon as it got below the line in MAs, boom, right back up. It was like, holy cow, don't let this one go down. 5 days down, inside bar. This is actually an inside bar bullish pattern. Boom, right back up, chopped, right back up. So let's see what happens going into the 4-day week and see if we could go sideways and possibly up. Or does it just, do we do the same thing, up and down, up and down? But again, we're still above the MA, still in a bullish stance. So if you're long this one, you're okay. If you're trying to short this one, just hold tight. If you start popping through these 180, 185, then probably 200 will be the next area. For the downside, I still think we could definitely get to 123 or wherever the 200 MA is sitting. Remember, guys, we have not hit the 200 MA since April. 6 months of this stuff. It's going to have to sooner or later come back and kiss this. This will continue rising up just like it's been in the last couple months. This could be 130, 140, but eventually this will be the target if we get some downside action. Let's go to the weekly. We had the Friday close. Same thing with this one. This one's still a little bit stretched in my opinion. 20, 50, 200 MA, still above. But this is a great inside bar bearish pattern, guys. This has to break above the 174.56, 175 area to continue higher. Let's see if this can kiss this, come in. I'd love to see it pop up on a weekly and then come right back in and then give us some more downside. I want to be a bull in this one, guys. I want to buy somewhere, but I would love to buy around 120, 123 because then you're going to get everybody in this thing to buy the dip. And then we'll ride this thing right back up, guys. Let's look at the monthly. Monthly chart, same thing. We've been talking about this one for about a year, guys. Just stretched. I've never seen a chart just hold and hold and hold. I mean, it is stock of the year. It had multiple upgrades. It's NVIDIA. We did close above the topping tail on the monthly. Now we got to see this month get some follow through. This month has to close above this one to get follow through and confirmation on the monthly for possible higher prices. I still think we get a nice pullback first and then the launch. But, wishful thinking, guys. I'd love to have the short go down, then pile in on the long side and ride this thing back up. So we'll keep an eye on this, see if it holds on the daily. The weekly still a little bit extended. But again, you know what? We're going into the 4-day week next week. We'll probably get light volume. Some political stuff's on deck next week, so keep an eye on that one as well. So, and then still with the hurricane with Houston and Texas and all that stuff, keep an eye on that as well. All right, let's go into the AMD. So AMD, guys, let's go to the daily. Nothing really wrong. It's holding this area. We talked about the 200 MA. Talked about this gap fill down here around 1188, and that's pretty much what it's holding here. So we go down, chop back up, come back in, chop, chop, come back up to 50 MA, which held it down before. We did close right on top of it, guys. You can even see the orange here. So 319 is where the 50 MA is. That's where we're holding. So let's see if we go sideways now. If we go sideways, we should get some nice upward action. If this comes right back in, we'll probably end up into this lower range of the zone here. And if this cracks, this 200 cracks, and this 1188 goes, this thing's going right to 1130. And then the 990 area in a heartbeat, guys. Especially if the markets are weak, this will definitely be a $10 stock. This is where I will start stepping up possibly again. I still like around the 950, so we'll have to see how it comes in. But again, you'll get the buy the dip mentality, and I'm going to try to start catching these up moves. I mean, look at this. You got $2 up, down, $3 up, 2 down, 3 up, 2 down, 3.5 up, and just that is a great trading. These are 10% moves every time, guys. And this, I still wish I would have shorted this one. We did it back here for a couple day pullback, covered it down there. Haven't touched it since because it's just chop, chop, chop. Here was your area, bulls. If this starts moving up, this is going to be your big area up here. First one about 14.19. And let's see where this trend line is. Of course, you're going to have some resistance around 1353, but if we could get above this 1419 area and these high pivots here, then you'll most likely go for the 1550 area. I still have penciled in 1613, 17 bucks, 1776 here if this continues higher. But being in the lower end range of this nice high pivot fade, this is chopping in this lower range, which is bull or bearish, guys. We got to get above all of the MAs and get above this green line and then possibly higher prices from here. So watch for that. Again, next week should have light volume. We'll have to keep an eye on these stocks. And, keep an eye on news and stuff. These are, upgrades, downgrades, stuff like that. So, but right now, this is a little bit more bearish in my opinion. But if we get it back above the 50 and this thing continues up, or we're going to wait for pattern too. We talked about the bullish pattern here, or if this thing comes right back in. So right now, we had a nice 4-day pop on this one. Let's see if it goes sideways to continue, or does it come right back in on the daily chart. Let's go to the weekly real quick. The weekly's a little more ugly, guys. Remember, we talked about this big inside bar. Came up, we closed, never confirmed, right back into the inside bar. Again, they tried again, stopped it at this big resistance, right back in, down. Now we have an inside bar on the weekly too. First area on the weekly will be the 1355. We talked about that on a daily. It's got to get above that. Once it breaches that, then you're looking at the 1425, 1426, and then these double tops up in here. Still have the tail on the weekly here telling me it's possible more downside. But again, down, sideways here. You are above the 20, the 50, and the 200, which is a bullish stance. But this inside bar is going to hold it back unless we get a nice gap up on Tuesday and get some follow through. So right now, I'm still a little bit bearish on AMD. But it's in a bullish stance, though, above, the MAs on all time frames. So you got to watch for that. But until we get above this inside bar or the 15 or 1356 area, I am still a little bit bearish on this one. Again, I would love this one to go here. The 942 and my gosh, 863. That would be beautiful down in here. I would be definitely a buyer. And if this really starts, 200 MA. If the markets go, this will be the target on the weekly, around $5. Not that it's going to happen anytime soon, but if the markets do fall apart for whatever reason, these will be, I'm looking at 200 MAs on the weekly charts for everything if we get a significant pullback on the markets. But at this point, guys, nothing's wrong, but in the back of my mind, I always have that, you never know. 2007 it happened, 2000 it happened, when everything seemed to be going good, then they pull the rug on you. So that's the weekly chart. Let's go into the monthly real quick since we had the monthly close. Monthly, same thing, guys. You're a little bit stretched from the 20 MA, still above all of them. I still think you come back in here around the 10 bucks, 995 or 945 right in here. Gosh, I love this area. I hope we get there. I'll be buying the dip on this one, guys. But right now, just be careful with this one. You still have these big red bars coming off this high. retrace it up back to the highs, and then boom, we're coming right back in. We're kind of stuck in this area here, just kind of chopping up and down. Let's see what next week brings us and the overall markets. I keep telling everybody it's going to be a market trade. If the markets go down, the SPY, the IWM, everything will go down, guys. Unless if one of these get an upgrade or a buyback or something like that, it will be a market trade. SPY starts going up, everything will go up. SPY starts going down, everything will start going down. So just keep an eye on that as well. That's the overall market. But the AMD, still, just been in this $13 range, 12 range, 14 range. And let's see if this bearish pattern on the daily chart starts to play out. And then, again, 10 bucks will be, or 12 bucks right in here. Then if it starts sliding, then we'll go, go from there. Let's look at Tesla. So Tesla, last couple of days, a little bit green, but we're still, down sideways, slightly bearish. We're still above the MAs. They closed it, but we're still below this trend line up here. So let's keep an eye on this one. Let's see if we go sideways in a bullish manner, setting up for higher prices going into next week's action, 4-day action, or do we start breaking these MAs and start slipping and going down? You're still going to have a big area of support down in here from these trend line, from these low pivots connecting them. Then we also have a great area around the 303.75. That's the last time we bounced after this nice sell-off. And then 285 area or the 200 MA. I still think that's target with a lot of these, and that's just the way it is. So we're still in this chop area, 3 bars down. Nice retrace to the top here. Comes right back in because it can't handle. There's a lot of volume that came in here. Right back down. So all the people who were buying here for buy the dip, they got screwed. So when it came back on this side, all the people who were buyers here or bag holders here, they're like, you know what, give me my money, I'm done. And then it starts chopping around. They just start taking it. It's like, you know what, I'm going to take a break even on this. Then it starts coming in because there's no buyers. So let's keep an eye on Tesla. Still down, still sideways, still in this bearish zone here. Bullish stance above the 20, the 50, and the 200 MA. I'm going to give it that. Still got to get above this trend line. Still got to get above this, let's call it 369 area, 370 area. It gets above that. We're going to go to the all-time high, 386.99, and then 400. Here we come. I mean, everyone's hoping for 400, guys. That's what everyone's buy the dip because this one's going to 4. So keep an eye on that. I still think we're coming down here first, and then maybe the run to the 400, 450, maybe even 500 for Tesla, depending on the cars and what they're doing. I still think they're bleeding cash, and great company, electric cars. Come on, it's the future. But man, right now. It just like CMG, a $750 stock, and then it's getting just nailed. So it's CMG, they're the best. Just like Tesla, it's the best. It's just high flyers, guys. Needs a pullback, and then buy the dip. It's gonna happen. That's what Tesla's famous for. It does it over and over, guys. I mean, look at the charts. Look at these. Straight up to 193, straight down to 116, 263. 176, 288, 185. I mean, look at these moves, and now we're up here. I still think we could get back down in here and then buy the dip one more time, guys. But weekly chart, still above the MAs. Great inside bar, guys. Until it gets above this area here, the 370, this thing I still believe is going down. If we breach that, get above 387, then we're going to 400 and higher. So my it's going to be 400 or 300, guys. You're right in the middle. It's a 50-50 shot for me. So I am short in this one, and I'm going to stick with it. I do play intraday stuff for scalps and day trade, so we do make money on this one. It's a great money maker, guys. But I'm short a lot of stocks right now. I am holding those. Those are with shares only, and I'm going to play that. Those will eventually come in after an 8-year bull rally. But weekly chart, still strong. Inside bar, bearish pattern, just chopping around. Got to give this one more time to see what happens. Daily chart's not telling us too much. A little bit bullish, but it's still got to get above that 370. If it can't get above 370, guys, this thing will be falling first. Bottom line. Monthly chart. monthly chart, a little bit stretched just like the rest of them. That's why I'm thinking this one has a little more, room to come down. It comes down into this area, 275, 250 area, 233. Oh my gosh, I would love that. I will be buying the dip on Tesla. So, all right, guys, that's it for the weekly updates on these three. Stay buoyant in these markets. Some political stuff's coming up next week and the following week, I think. So just watch out for that. Watch out for Trump. Stay buoyant. If you're long, great. If you're short, just protect those trades, guys, out there, and do that for me. All right, guys, thanks a lot for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. God bless. See you on the charts.